It's been a while. Welcome to another tech video. So today we're going to be looking at an HP mini tower desktop system. We bought a job lot actually. We bought 4 of these and we're going to be having a look at it today. We have no idea what state it's going to be in. So today is all about having a look inside, giving it a clean out and seeing what we can do with it. So here's the device itself, and as you can see it's got a Core i5 processor. I don't know what else it's got inside it, but the specs of this should be the following. So the i5 processor runs with a 3 GHz clock speed, boosting up to 4.1 GHz. It comes with Intel UHD graphics. So that is the H370 chipset on here as well. The graphics are UHD 630. The processor has, I think it's 6 cores with a 9 meg cache. It weighs 5.4 kilos. Comes with Realtek ALC 3601 codec speakers or audio and speakers. It's got, we'll have a look at the ports in a minute, but it's got a PCIe slot by 16 SD card reader, and I believe it's also got 2 M.2 slots, potentially one for wireless LAN and one for storage. So let's have a look at the device in a bit more detail. So here we've got a DVD Rom. Can't really see it because it blends in, but trust me, there is a DVD Rom in there. Then we've got our power adapter here. We've got our combined headphone and microphone jack. We've got an SD card reader, and then we've got what looks like a couple of USB ports, so not sure what they are. We've got 2 USB 3.1 ports, so these are 3.1 Gen 1, and then on the back we've got our microphone, our line out and our line in. We've got HDMI ports, we've got standard VGA connector, we've got 2 USB 2 ports, RJ45 connector running at 1 GHz, and then we've got looks like another, so those are USB 2 ports. So here we've got USB 3.1 Gen 1, 2 USB 2 ports there, and on the front I stand corrected, yes, they are USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports as well. So we've got 4 USB ports and we've got 4 USB 3 Gen 1 ports. That's pretty much it. Typical power supply. So let's have a look inside and see what sort of state this is in. Bearing in mind we've not had a look at this at all yet, so let's get that open. Okay, so first problem that we've got is we seem to have a 2.5 inch SSD drive mounted diagonally, so that's just been crammed in there. Let's have a look what else we've got. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit dirty in there, but nothing that a good blowout wouldn't cure. I can see that there is 1 stick of RAM in there as well, so that's 8 meg of RAM, 8 gig of RAM, sorry. That's pretty much it. So let's have a look in more detail inside. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get inside properly. So to do that, we are going to remove this front panel. I think what we'll do first of all is we'll take the DVD Rom out. So to remove the DVD Rom, you've just got to remove the power cable on the back of it and the SATA connection, like that. And then there's a clip under here that you can see there that just pushes in, and then that will slide out from the front. Next we're going to remove this front panel, and to remove that we just unclip these 3 clips here. That will slide off like that. Now bearing in mind, looks like we've got a front panel connection in there. So I am going to, let's see if we can get in there. First thing we want to do is want to see if we can get this tray removed. So let's have a look at that. Okay, that's the one. So to get into here, we want to remove these two screws. There's one here, one up the top here, and this is a T15 torque screw. We've got two at the back there, and then we've got two on the front here. Okay, that's it. Right, now we're going to need to remove the connectors off this drive. Okay, and the cables are clipped in. So we're going to remove the cables. Like that. Okay, and then that tray comes out. Okay, so that's a crucial 2.5-inch drive in there. So let's have a look what else we've got in here. What I'm going to do is this front panel, as you can see here, when you're taking it off, be careful, and that connects into this port here. So we're going to remove that, pass that through the little gap there, and then we can remove the panel properly. Okay, so we've got our single channel stick of memory there. We've got our two SATA connectors. What have we got here? Hard disk 1, hard disk 2. Okay, so hard disk 1, hard disk 2, and this will be for the DVD Rom. Okay, so that's not in bad condition, but what we are going to do is we are going to give that a quick blowout and clean. So to give it a clean, we're using this Compu cleaner with a nozzle on there. You can see the dog is coming to give us a hand. And all we're going to do is we're going to some a little around about 12 inches away. We're just going to give that a blowout. If the dog will leave it alone. Yes, it's a computer. So we're going to get in there a bit better. Leave it. I'll just put the dog in. Okay, so we'll give it a proper blowout now. Right, so we've now given it a good clean out. What we're going to do is we're going to get it all back together. So the first thing that we want to do is, again, we're going to take our front panel. We're going to put our front panel down here and we're going to feed the cable through the correct little slot. We're going to get that plugged back in on the PRB1 connector, which is like that. Next thing is to get the cables out of the way for a minute, and this goes back in here under there like that, slots in. So what we're going to do is we want to now route the cables back across. Okay, so that's the cage put back in. All the cables are out of the way. Now we'll get our torque screws back in. Once you've got the cage done up, we now can put the front panel back on. Making sure it's all in the right place. There we go. And that just clips in there. Now we need to put our DVD Rom back in. So that clips in like that. And then we attach our SATA cables. That's the SATA and the power. Like that. And then our cover. That's all there is to it. Now all we're going to do is we're going to get this set up and load a fresh copy of Windows 10. Right, so we've got Windows 10 loaded now. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to install the latest BIOS. Now to do that, we've got to install the framework to allow us to do that. Let's get connected to the internet. Say no to that. So what you want to do is go to hp.com support, if you've got an HP machine, of course. We're going to scroll down, we're going to say, let HP detect our product, and we need to install some software to be able to do that. We're going to click on that link there because it never works, the pop-ups never work, so we're going to do start download. Once that's downloaded, we're going to install the framework. And then as part of installing the framework, we will be able to install the Support Assist software that's going to allow us to scan the system. But basically, it's going to detect the system, and it's also going to tell us whether there's a BIOS available. There probably will be on a machine this old, being its 8th gen. Go. And here's our device. So we're going to select our device. We're going to go into software and drivers and firmware, and then that will detect whatever's needed. As you can see here, we've got 2 BIOS. So F44 revision A, F44 revision, F46 revision A. So we're going to select the latest one. We're going to click on download. And we're going to say, OK, get started. I'm going to trust HP. OK, no, that's fine. So update the BIOS on this device requires a restart. So we're going to say next. That's going to prepare the BIOS and prepare the install script on boot. Okay, that's done. So now we're going to restart the machine. And there we go, ready to install. So you've got a countdown here. If you're impatient like I am, just click on the apply update now. Okay, so let's now log in. I think that probably failed. Okay, is it going to tell us? So while that's still going through its updates, I thought we'd have a look just to double check to see if that BIOS did go in. And we can do that by running system information. So if we go into system information and we expand this, we're looking for BIOS version and date. So you can see here AMI F4.6 3rd of the 8th 2021. So the BIOS did go in. I thought it was doing a BIOS recovery. Actually, the BIOS recovery was probably doing a read back, but it's certainly updated to the latest version, so that was successful. So if you found that video useful, give it a thumbs up. It'd be great if you can subscribe to the channel, because every subscription and every like really helps. And just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.